All right, here we are in a warm Texas afternoon, handling several cars in the collection. If you've been looking at my videos, you know I'm covering several cars. Really neat cars, a lot of good original ones, but there's some really nice hot rods in it too. This one's really special. I kind of like this car. You don't see many of these, and I don't know that I've ever seen one that is in this kind of condition, original style. Anyway, it's a 1934 Dodge Brothers business coupe, or 5-window coupe, rumble seat coupe. It's got a lot of neat jewelry on it and a lot of neat ventilation items, and as you walk around it's just cool, and I'm going to share with you what we know. Really a rock solid car. We had it up on a lift, and if you hang on to the end of the video like we always do, we're going to cover that for you. Nothing gussied up, but just a rock solid specimen. No rust that I could find anywhere on it. And it's a factory suicide door car, which is kind of neat. It's got a lot of cool things on it. I'd call it kind of like a nutmeg brown is what I'd call it. Nutmeg is, it's got a little bit of metallic in it. I'm assuming it's probably a factory color at one time. It's got a new mohair interior. We'll go around and we'll cover all the inside and stuff. And I need to show you a couple things. When I come back around to the driver's side, I'll remember to cover this window for you. This window actually operates 3 different ways. The window goes down with the wind wing, or you can separate them with a flip switch on the inside, and I'll show you where you can have the wind wing and you can roll the window down. It's really neat. Anyway, they thought of stuff with these Dodges, and if you look at the undercarriage, I comment on some stuff that they were way before Ford. This thing has factory juice brakes on it, or hydraulic brakes. These artillery wheels are just super sweet. They have a nice patina wood look to them, however they're not. The hubcaps, the character on this car is just really nice. I would say this car, these running board rubbers look original to me. It's probably been refinished once, but it was probably just a really great survivor that somebody kept really nice for a lot of years. You know, everybody looks at Fords, but you look at this Dodge and you start looking at the trim on it. Man, oh man, you'd hate to mess with it, but raise this baby up, put a chassis underneath it with a Mopar power, and you'd have quite the hot rod. But she's cool just the way she is. Anyway, the rear window rolls down, the front window cranks out. This window operates 3 different ways. The window has got a cowl vent in the front. I like the louvers on the side of the hood. They're kind of neat. They're big and little and big and little. Anyway, it's easy for me to get excited about cars when I see good, honest, original ones like this. This car's got a little bit of thinness in the paint here or there. It's a little thin, but like I said, this car's just so pretty. It's just amazing, the bright work on it. Look at the grill on this. You can tell this is probably original chrome because it's just shows a little bit of fading there. The Ram on the hood. The Dodge Brothers emblem's just spectacular. I highly doubt you can probably buy those. The grill on these cars, 34, swooping much like Ford's did, but the headlights are just spectacular. Guys paid a lot of money to have these for their hot rod, and this car's got some beautiful stock ones on it. The horns, look at these trumpet style horns with a grill on them. It's got dual driving lights in the front. We'll go inside and share some more with you as I do it, but let me step back a little bit here as I cruise along. Bumperettes on the front. Again, the driving lights, dual horns. The coolest headlights I've seen in a long time. Got a little bit of metallic to it. You can see up front here the paint's a little bit thin where they polished here, and just a little bit thin there. Nice little pinstripe along the belt line. Factory suicide doors like I talked about. It's all steel car. All steel. Nothing phony about it. Wipers there. Non-filled roof. This car's just non-modified. It's hot out here. I'm sweating quite a bit. So if you catch me rambling, I'm trying to get through this. Has a mohair style interior in it that's very nice, but if you look at the door handles and stuff, they have good little character to them. I'll get over to the driver's side because I operated that one. I'm not going to even try this one. This flips this way. Anyway, the forward woodwork's nice. It's probably been restored at some time of its life. Like we said, the back window cranks down. Mohair interior, style interior. The VIN number plates right here, looks like a factory, and it's nailed into the wood. 3694021. It's got an original owner's manual here that I pulled out of the glove box. I'd share that with you. Operation manual. Rubber mat on the floor. We'll go ahead and roll down this window so I can kind of give you a peek through here. See the dash, pretty much unmolested. When you see the gauge cluster, it's just amazing. Underneath the hood, by the way, oops, forgot to tell you, factory 218 cubic inch inline flathead 6, open driveline car, and we'll talk about that on the undercarriage. 3-speed manual gearbox on the floor. This car starts and just runs like a Swiss watch. Next up, we'll actually make it run for you in a video. I'll show you underneath the hood. I don't have to make it run, it'll run. Said it's hot, I'm getting a little rummy. Step back and let you take a peek at it here. If you want attention and you want something different, you don't want to be like the rest of the crowd, this car is just a sweetheart. Look at the back here, the taillights. It is a rumble seat model, so it's got the rumble seat pads here, and these are original. I'm sure you probably can't buy these. The belt line on this car is just gorgeous. We're going to open up the rumble seat there. The factory style upholstery in the back here, vinyl. And these side panels, I'm sure they're original. It's got a neat little pocket over there. Put the deck lid back down there. This thing almost looks like it's chopped, however it's not. If you look at the back side here, it's just got a cool look. It's got a full-size spare Dodge Brothers emblem on the back here. I'm positive that's original too. Just got a little bit of character to it. The hubcaps, peace. These taillights, chrome stanchions, factory stanchions with Dodge in the lens. You try and find those bumpers, rear bumperettes on it. It's got a Kansas plate on it. I'm not sure about that. We're going to learn more as we go throughout the collection. It's got a locking gas cap on it, which I'm sure was probably a neat little option at the time. Kansas 34. You know, this car could have been a Kansas car at some time. I know there's a registration on the steering column dated 1973 that was from Washington State, so I couldn't tell you its history. Sometimes I pick up history when I get them out to the web. Okay, let me show you this window. All right, pardon the little break right there. We had a battery go dead on it right at the time I was going to show you the window here. Okay, so the window, you crank this, and you can have the window down, and then you can also have the wind wing open by cranking this one. All right, so now you got your window down and your wind wing open. You put this back, you roll up your window, and then you flip this down here, and it allows you to roll the entire combination down. Is that cool or what? Anyway, we're gonna get you inside here the rest of the way. Absolutely sweet. So it does that way on both sides. Quite the contraption. Dash, again, I don't think this dash has been restored. Maybe the paintwork on it has, and the gauge cluster, it's just really nice. 28,871 at the time of odometer reading. Says it has floating power. Cigar lighter here. This is the headlight switch. Throttle, choke, so on and so forth. You turn it over here. Heck, we might as well fire it up here. We ran it while we were underneath the hood, but we're gonna the key all the way over there. The pedals up there, up high. Temperature's good. We've warmed it up. It says it has 3/4 of a tank. Amp gauge is working. Oil pressure is 40 pounds. We'll get out and let you hear it run. Barely even hear this old girl run. All right, there you have it. We're gonna go around to the suicide door here again and ask you to get in. Hang on to the end of the video. We got it up on the lift and everything for you. Have a great day. All right, I got all the windows creating a cross breeze here. The ones down in the back, the side windows are all the way down. I thought I'd fire it up one more time and take you back to the ranch. Turn the key on. Starts right up. Take the emergency brake off. Put her down in first. I'll hold it in my left hand, see if I can make this all the way. Second gear, holding the steering wheel and then shifting. Third gear. There you go. Hey, have a great day. Go to spudsgarage.com. Alright, let's take a look underneath the hood. Fun, fun, fun. All original style. This thing is just fun. It runs like a Swiss watch too. We'll actually fire it up and let you hear it run. It's a 218 cubic inch inline six. It's a flathead V8 style. It's got pretty much, it looks like somebody's went through the wiring and stuff on this old girl at one time. It's got all new cloth wiring in it. Looks like the starter itself has been gone through. It has an oiling system here, which is a filter right there. Delco Remy alternator generator. Just kind of step back here and let you take a feel, and we will run it for you. Single downdraft carburetor. We'll go over there to the passenger side and take a better look. The body tags, the original body tags are on this right here. We'll stall there for a minute. There's a coil. Neat how that it mounts into the firewall like that. Anyway, there you go. Hang on a minute. We'll cover the passenger side and we'll go from there. We'll let you hear it run too. All right, as mentioned, we came over here to the passenger side to share the intake exhaust side with you. Just like I said on the other side, it's a 218 cubic inch. One thing I didn't cover is I think they were rated about 80 horsepower, 82 or something like that. Anyway, just nice stock kind of format. Here's the fuel filter down there. Looks like it has a downdraft Stromberg carburetor, single Venturi. The exhaust is cool. Bell housing here. Oil bath air filter. We're going to actually stop right now and let you hear it run, and then we'll carry on with the rest of the video. Thanks for coming to Spud's Garage. Make sure you go there. Alright, I told you I'd fire it up, but I went over there and it just fired right up. Just runs like a little Dodge Brothers watch. Got a manual choke here. Okay, he's putting it up on the left so I can look at the undercarriage on it. This is one nice Dodge. You tell me the last time you saw a 34 Dodge 5-window coupe. Alright, we got the 34 Dodge Brothers up here on the outdoor lift. We'll let you look at this. Boy, this is about as honest as it gets. This is a sweet little car. I did not know that early Dodges had some of these features that the other cars manufacturers were behind on. They spent some time and money in engineering these. Get underneath here. I love an undercarriage like this. This is rock solid undercarriage. It's clean, it's not restored or painted, so you get to see what's what. All original, dry climate style car. There's a registration on the steering column I probably already showed you. But just beautiful inner fenders and floor pans on this car. This is a 34 and it has juice brakes on it. Hydraulic brakes, factory. Ford did not have them in 34 and they didn't have them until quite a few years later. I think Dodge had them early as 32. I'll check on my specs on that. Nice original spring wraps, gator wraps on the rear springs, juice brakes in it, so hydraulic brakes, factory frame, factory floor pan here. Take a really good look at that. It's just beautiful up in here. All factory original wood. This body's never been off this car. This is the original wood panel in the center section here. Also, This is a open driveline car, which was early. Ford had closed drivelines till quite a few years later too. A lot of years later. Anyway, you'll see that it has a constant velocity style U-joint here. You could actually pull the drive shaft out. You could pull the tranny out and do a clutch without pulling the rear end out. Just really neat. Has factory shocks in the back here. These are all factory running boards. It looks like somebody replaced the hardware at one time. Just clean, not like sprayed with black paint or satin black paint or anything. This is exactly how this car survived all these years. Just a beautiful undercarriage. You get to know the real car when you see stuff like this. Front suspension again, hydraulic brakes in the front. Coil spring front, wishbone control arms. Upper and lower, you'll see that somebody redid all the hydraulic lines on the brakes. You know, we love it when we have a lift that we can deal with these on. Again, nothing was gussied up. They did some wiring. I believe there's some fog lights up there. I do this pre to walk around here. You love these artillery wheels when you see them on the car. I do this video pre-walk around, so it's the first video I do, but it's the last section that you see. Road draft tube here. Factory single exhaust. There's a battery there. Has a battery tender right here. Again, somebody's put a nice little battery turn-off switch here. See how they leather wrap the U-joints to keep the dirt out? Later years they were sealed. Emergency brake. Looks like the emergency brake's fully serviceable. Looks like they've redone the binding or the braking material on it. Anyway, handle a lot of cars out of this collection. There's a lot of neat stuff in here, some good Survivor stuff. This is really a neat car underneath. Anyway, go to spudsgarage.com. If you want to doll this one up more, you could easily do that. Have a great day.